Okay, before I start talking about my actual project and video that I've made, I sort of want to speak quickly about some of the interests that I had for this project. By the beginning of the semester, I was very interested about 3D mapping and projections onto live buildings. Modern architecture and building itself are very static objects. They take up a lot of space, and the way they are shaped, the initial times, that's the way they're going to be, pretty much. And my initial interest was looking at how 3D mapping or projection onto its skin could sort of break that down, create new shape and bring new life to a building. I thought it would be quite interesting for people to walk past a building, to walk past every day. Then never really pay attention to the building if it's part of your everyday route to work, to school or whatever, but I thought it would be quite interesting to maybe do some animation projections onto that building. I think quite a lot of people would have stopped up and thought for a second, hey, this is pretty interesting. But it's sort of a project that's been done before, and I was sort of going a bit further, thinking a bit ahead, and I was very intrigued by the idea to sort of project something internally on an internal wall. Maybe the structure of what you don't see, breaking down the solid walls, breaking down the solid elements of the building, so you can sort of have a transparent X-ray image of what you see behind that wall. Through it, you sort of experience the whole building just standing in one room. And this funny idea came to me when I was doing a test for technology environment. We were supposed to have a quiz, and I was a bit late. And in the stress of sort of finding the room in this new building at university that I hadn't been to before, the idea sort of came to me like, wow, why haven't someone ever done an internal navigation app? I mean, today we have all these modern day applications and technology that helps us to navigate on the larger scale. We have Google Maps, we have GPS. I mean, if I go to the States or New York, never been to New York, land at JFK, I got an address, I can easily type it into my iPhone. Here you go, just show it to the taxi driver, he'll take me there. You know, the world's become such a small place, whereas it used to be a large place. But the smaller places in the world have sort of been forgotten. The building itself. When you actually arrive at your location, you don't necessarily arrive at the room you're supposed to be, where the business meeting is supposed to be, where your test is, for that matter. So my idea was, why don't we make an internal navigation app of buildings? And it was pretty interesting how Chris said in the first couple of weeks of the course that modern day architecture has sort of forgotten to include the digital technology and how it evolves, and I can sort of see that in a way. I mean, we always push architecture forward in terms of new form making, new research, new materials and technical technology, but the digital technology changes so rapidly and it's so wide as well, so it's a bit difficult to include that. But I think that if we were to do an internal navigation app of a building, you do somehow include that digital element into a building. We create our today we create our buildings digitally. You do digital plans, digital sections, elevations, 3D modeling, CAD stuff. So in a way, the digital element of the building is already there at an architectural office. So my idea in app was sort of combine these and make it into a 3D model where you can sort of navigate your way. If you stand in a point in a building and you have this app combining the sections, plans, elevations into an internal view from where you're standing in a room, and that's sort of what I've been trying to do with this video that I made as well. So in terms of the project that I've been doing, it's not an actual app, it's more a video explaining how an app could work in real life. So what I did, it's sort of a story. You see a guy walking outside. You perfectly know to which location he's going in terms of the building itself, but the second he enters the building, you sort of left, wow, this is a series of different doors, different corridors, staircases, and I don't know where I'm going. So he takes up his app, and the app will sort of guide him through. What he does is, the initial stage of the app can be like tags in a building, rooms that you sort of see. You move along your iPhone or whatever phone you have, and it will show you the sort of main features of the building, where the toilets are, the studios, if it's in like university, library, computer rooms. So you have a financial centre, where it's the capital markets located, where it's financial, say it's real estate department, whatever. And then you can sort of locate your room, press a button to sort of break down the skin, and it will give you a path where you can, the easiest way to get to your room. In doing this, the initial idea was to take a green or a blue piece of paper and stick it on the iPhone itself, so we can do one movie and then sort of green screen it or blue screen it onto, well, in After Effects and Premiere Pro. It turned out, when we did some research for it, that the lighting in the room we were shooting at Minto House, because it's a room that everyone sort of knows, so it's easy to get the message through what we're trying to do. It turned out that the light in the foyer of the building was not good enough, so that was the initial idea, just to project it directly onto the mobile screen itself. So what we've sort of done instead is to distinguish between what you would see through the screen of your phone. We've done that in colour, and what you would experience sort of apart from your well, outside the digital element of it is done in black and white, sort of to trying to distinguish them. When we did the X-ray drawings, we took a sequence of images, overlaid them in AutoCAD, and then drew lines of what would be at the background. We had a walk around in Minto House and sort of draw. I got an idea of how the plan sections would work, and from that we sort of drew arrowed path on where to go and how to navigate you through. So hopefully you will have an idea of what my project is about, and I hope you enjoy the film.